The extensive spending bill recently signed into law by President Donald Trump is set to dramatically reshape the lives of many Americans. While some groups may see benefits, others face significant challenges. Among the most profoundly affected, especially negatively, are low-income Americans and those relying on Medicaid. This legislation includes a staggering $1.2 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and introduces new work requirements for beneficiaries. Starting January 1, 2027, able-bodied recipients will need to work 80 hours a month or qualify for an exemption. This, combined with reduced Medicaid payments to states and increased paperwork, is projected to result in millions of Americans losing their health insurance, with over 11 million expected to go without coverage. Critics, like Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin, warn of severe consequences, including loss of critical medical care and even deaths. For those over 65s, a $6,000 deduction will be available from 2025 to 2029. These households, typically paying more in taxes, will experience the largest benefits. This effectively eliminates Social Security tax liability for seniors with adjusted gross incomes of $75,000 or less, or $150,000 for married couples filing jointly. The cap on the federal deduction for state and local taxes, known as SALT, will be raised to $40,000 starting in 2025, allowing for larger deductions from federal taxes. This benefit phases out for those earning over $500,000 and reverts to $10,000 in 2030. It's important to note that this doesn't benefit all seniors, particularly the lowest income who already pay no taxes on Social Security. Those who claim benefits before age 65 or those above the income threshold. Families relying on food assistance are also facing substantial cuts, with $1.2 trillion slashed from food stamps. Public opinion, according to a Washington Post Ipsos poll, largely opposes these reductions in federal funding for low-income families. The legislation is also seen as a direct repudiation of the agendas of past Democratic presidents, rolling back Obama's Medicaid expansion and Biden's renewable energy tax credits. While President Trump has described the package as big, beautiful, and very popular, polling indicates public opinion remains mixed at best. This unprecedented spending is earmarked for mass deportation efforts, with ICE agents reportedly aiming for a quota of 3,000 daily arrests and engaging in widespread detentions, often without warrants. The bill also directs about $45 billion towards building and maintaining migrant detention centers, a move met with significant opposition for immigrants and targeted civilians. The bill allocates approximately $350 billion towards national security, making ICE the largest federal law enforcement agency. Finally, the American public as a whole faces increased debt. Nonpartisan agencies project this package will add more than $3 trillion to the national deficit over the next decade. This rise in U.S. debt is considered unacceptable by about 60% of respondents in a Washington Post Ipsos poll. However, not everyone faces negative impacts. Social Security beneficiaries will see a temporary deduction. High-income households are expected to see significant gains, as the bill permanently extends the tax cuts. Introduced in the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, individuals in high-tax states will also find some relief. Workers receiving tips and overtime will be able to deduct up to $25,000 in tips and up to $25,000 in overtime. A temporary tax law change lasting until December 31, 2028. Finally, families with children will benefit from a permanent increase in the maximum child tax credit to $2,200 starting in 2025, with the amount tied to inflation indefinitely. Democrats have sharply criticized the package, labeling it a crime scene and a giveaway to the rich that will harm millions of lower-income individuals. Money